Hello, welcome to Reiner Knizia's The Confrontation Variant Mode Preview. I'm here with Conlan Rios, the lead developer of Offworld Games, and today we are going to show you what the variant mode has to offer. So let's just get started with a few conversations. How you doing? How you doing tonight, Conlan?
Yeah, pretty good. Looking forward to playing.
Yep, that's great. Me too. I've had a lot of fun in the development of the game so far. It's been cool getting some early views on strategy, and I hope that you all have been tuning in to our updates for the variant characters and the strategy involved. So hopefully tonight we'll get to see some of that in action.
Yeah.
Let's start off by talking a little bit about Offworld Games. You started the company, a while back, 6 years ago?
Yeah, about 2010.
And what motivated you to kick things off here?
Yeah, so I mean, we just finished Samurai for iOS, and at the time, looking for a way to sort of brand the future games coming out. Um, and we know we had a vision for science fiction and fantasy themed games. And yeah, always been a big fan of Blade Runner. So put it together.
Sweet. And you said the other games that were coming out. What other updates were there? What other games
Okay,
developed?
yes. So at that time, around the founding, our first game under Offworld was Legion of the Damned, and that's based on the novel series Legion of the Damned by William C. Dees. And yeah, that was our first game in the series. Just really big fans of the books, and at the time, Avatar the movie had come out. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't give credit for it, but Avatar drew a lot of inspiration from Legion of the Damned.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think at the time we were just really excited for Avatar. But yeah, in the original Legion of Damned, you had cyborgs being remote piloted by other soldiers' consciousnesses. And you have a native alien race that's like cat-like. You got a main soldier who falls in love with one of the main the natives.
Sounds like the
I mean,
exact plot of Avatar.
it's like when I was watching Avatar, I was like, oh, this is like a Legion of Damned movie. Legion of Damned came out in 1993. So it's, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, and after that, we came out with Finest Hour, World War II tank strategy game. Um, and basically, each game we try and do something new that we haven't seen before and that we think would be really cool to have in a game. So with Legion of Damned at the time, 2010, there were some obviously some good strategy games for iOS, but there weren't many that allowed. Like there was Univor, which was really great. By the time Univor didn't have a map builder, so
Okay.
like we threw together a bunch of things that we thought, okay, well, I'd love to have a hex-based strategy game with science fiction, different races, and a map builder, online multiplayer, asynchronous, with push notifications. And so at the time, it was doing a lot of those things that they just weren't really offered.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Legion of the Damned was a success. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a game that we all wanted to play, and we got to do. We had some animated cutscenes before each level that drew exactly from the book. We could co-write those scenes with William C. Dees himself.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah, it was a blast, and we have a compilation of all the cutscenes on our YouTube channel. So anyone can, if they didn't get that far in the game, they can play through it and see.
Very cool. Very cool. And so, what was Finest Hour was the tank game. What was unique about Finest Hour?
Yeah. So with Finest Hour, the idea there was we wanted a casual tank strategy game that anyone could jump into. You literally could start playing after just literally 60 seconds learning the game. Kind of like at the time there was like Words with Friends or Draw Something.
Sure.
And so something really easy to jump into. And then at the same time, and this probably was a mistake in hindsight, but we wanted to have a hardcore element of a permanent death system. So it sounds silly trying to combine these two, but the idea was every time you go into battle with your tanks, those tanks are unique tanks. Like if they die, you lose them forever. You can buy new ones, stars, but like those tanks in particular are destroyed. And if you want to retreat a tank, like let's say you have a Tiger or a Hellcat, you'd have to actually physically retreat that unit off the board.
Sounds like a whole new level of difficulty that people probably weren't ready for, huh?
Yeah, it was. In retrospect, I mean, I think we succeeded in the sense that when you play the game, you literally won't understand the game in 30 seconds. Like we have a tutorial that walks you through, and it's a 30-second tutorial. Boom, boom, boom. I think we could have a couple things. We could have made the actual strategy of the game simpler. The damage system, armor system wasn't really clearly laid out.
Okay.
And then also the permadeath tank system. We could have done a lot more with that. Like for instance, your tanks weren't really personalized.
Sure.
So if we had shown more of like a history of your tanks, let you name them. These are things that we planned to do, but we just never got around to it. And also the business model of the games wasn't well thought out at the time.
Sure.
We offered it as a 99-cent game, and we didn't get the in-app purchases out. So as a result, it didn't really maintain itself.
Right.
But it's still, like I said, it's still a very fun game. I'm very glad we worked on it, and I like permanent death, so that was fun to have. And we have seen some cool instances. Like if you're fighting an enemy and you're winning, some players will just retreat. And like that's such a great thing. Like not every battle has to be to the death.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Well, so Legion of the Damned and Finest Hour are both still available on the App Store. You can go check them out for iPad. But that does bring us to the third installation since Offworld Games has been an entity. It's the Confrontation. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why you chose the Confrontation as the first game made in Unity, right?
Yep, exactly. So up until now, we've been using Focus 2D, 2D engine.
Okay.
We really want to start a 3D game. And we came to the conclusion of Unity. We're doing some VR development at the time, and so Unity just made a lot of sense. And it's another Reiner Knizia title, and it's kind of a combination of Stratego, chess. You have a fantasy card element to it. Now, the original game was themed in Tolkien's world, but we like the game so much, like we felt it would still translate. The design is very, very good.
Right. I believe that we have plenty of people who agree with you there.
I mean, the thread is very deep. If you go on the Board Game Geek and forums, people discuss, pages and pages about single games. It's a very deep game, very hard to master, and it's a lot of fun. It's the first title of Unity, PC, Mac, and iPad. We got our first app in the Steam store, so we got to sort of try, see that whole process.
Excellent. Well, we've got the Variant Mode DLC here on highlight today. This started with a Kickstarter campaign, correct?
Yes. So the Variant Mode was partially funded through a Kickstarter.
And what motivated you to set up this Kickstarter campaign? Is the Variant Mode available in a physical copy for Reiner and Knizia's original game?
Yeah. So the Variant Mode, it is licensed. We don't have the original characters, of course, but it is available. And what the Variant Mode does is the classic mode is the light player is very weak and you're trying to kind of sneak your way into shadow territory. The Variant Mode, it puts both players on equal ground.
Mm-hmm.
So it's much more of a head-to-head fight, and depending on your preferences for gameplay, each mode is available. Excellent.
Well, before we jump into the game, I want to take a second to introduce the rest of the team. Of course, I'm here with Conlan Rios, the lead developer, programmer on the job. Gordon Rios also works with us. He's our AI developer. We have Vaclav Jakubek, hailing all the way out of the Czech Republic, who does our art for us. And I'm Tyler McGoffin. I do marketing and development duties. Did I miss anyone?
No, I mean, we also work with musicians on a game-to-game basis. So
right.
For Confrontation, it was Mike Weiser and Matthias Holmgren, and so they both. There's about, I think, 5 tracks in the game, and they both did about half the music for the game.
Excellent, which we're hearing in the background right now.
Yeah.
So enough with the talk. How about we get started?